but you cannot grow without change. We said in the last video that some people like to stay tight and snug in their comfort zone, not understanding that your comfort zone is designed to keep you down. You know, in order for you to grow, you have to expand your thinking, expand your mindset, understanding that in order to have more, you have to become more. See, we talked about the box mentality. See, I believe that, you know, we don't see life as it is. We see life from who we are. So in order for us to change what happens in our life, the things that we have in our life, we have to first change our thoughts. We have to expand those thoughts. So last video, we also talked about, you know, hitting the mute button on your friends and family that may be speaking in your ear, you know, with negativity. You cannot allow people to use your ears as trash cans. You know, understand, sometimes embracing change may be embracing the fact that some people that's in your life now is not going to be in your life at the end of the journey. You know, we've all heard the saying that people come in your life for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. But sometimes that's the hardest thing for us to do, is to let go of people. You know, oh, we cannot let go of this person because, you know, we love this person, or because this person have a particular title. You know, whether that title is mother, brother, sister, cousin, uncle, lover, best friend, wife, husband, it doesn't matter what title you put on it. If that person isn't, you know, their energy and what they're bringing to the table isn't conducive to your growth and where you want to get, you know, from point A to point B, then sometimes we got to cut the ties. We have to cut the ties on negativity. So a lot of times, you know, it's hard. Of course, it's easier said than done. But you have to ask yourself, how bad do you want it? How bad do you want to change? They say most people are afraid of change. Most people do not want to embrace change. In fact, I read a book that said the only thing, or the only person, I'll say, in this world that welcomes change is a newborn baby with a wet diaper. Which says that most people are afraid of change. They want things to stay the same. You know, you like it just the way it is. You know, how in the world can you complain about anything in your life if you're not willing to change? It reminds me of a story of a lady who came, you know, in a house, and she cried and she fell to her knees and she said, God, God, please, God, help me. Help me, God. I don't want this cross that I've been carrying anymore. It's too heavy. The burden is just too much. Please, can you just lighten the load? And God appeared in the room. And he said, what's wrong? And she said, haven't I been obedient? Haven't I been faithful? Can you please lighten my load? He took her by her hand without saying anything. And she flew. They went to heaven. Got to heaven, went in this room. And he said, well, you can pick any other cross you want. So she's looking around. And she said, wow, they're all huge. They're big. He said, well, take your time. Look around. So she looked around, you know, I mean, I don't know how long it was. But eventually she got to the back of the room and she said, that's it. There it is, right there. That's the one I want, that little small one right there. And he said, okay. But that's the one you came in here with. See, you have to understand that some things that you have that goes on in your life, you know, problems and issues, in the grand scheme of things, they're smaller than what you think. So they said, don't sweat the small stuff, and everything is small. But how you respond in the second half will determine what you're going to be at the end of the game, a winner or loser. I think about the story of the young lady who went to her mother. She went to her mother and she said, Mom, I'm tired of struggling. I don't want to fight anymore, and I just want to give up. The mother took her into the kitchen, and she placed 3 pots of boiling water on the stove and turned the burners all the way up. In one pot, she placed carrots. In another pot, she placed eggs. In another pot, she placed ground coffee beans. She didn't say anything. She waited for about 20 minutes, then she turned them off. She took the carrots out, she placed them in a bowl. She took the eggs out, she placed them in a bowl. And then she ladled the coffee And she placed that in the bowl. She asked her daughter, "What do you see?" The daughter said, "Well, I see carrots, I see eggs, and I see coffee." She said, "Okay, touch the carrots and tell me what you see. Or what do you feel?" I'll say. So she touched the carrots and she said, "Okay, they're soft." Then she said, "Well, open the egg." So she cracked the shell and poured the hard-boiled egg out. She said, "Taste the coffee." She tasted the coffee. Then she asked her daughter, "Which one are you?" Daughter didn't understand. She said, "Are you the carrot that before the hot water you were hard and relentless, and after the hot water you were soft and weak? Or are you the egg that started out with a hard shell and liquid in the middle? Are you that egg that had, a flowing spirit at first, and then the second you hit the hot water, your heart began to harden? Or are you the coffee, the ground coffee beans, that instead of allowing the condition or the circumstances to change you, you changed it? So when the water got hot and it started to boil, instead of you allowing it to change you, you turned up the heat. You changed it. The flavor of your life came out. Who you really was came out. So understand, we all go through things. We all have problems. We all have conditions and things that we may feel like it's the end of the world. Understanding that every failure is a dress rehearsal for success, and no matter how hard things get, you just have to hold on. But my question to you is, which one are you?